Hey, hey, it says live. So I'm watching the auction. Mike Mason was just waiting. So let me I got the phone, so I'm gonna watch the auction at the same time I'm doing this. And I just thought of the fact that if somebody's having trouble bidding, I can see if I can help them in live time. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let me check here. You're the first one, Mike. Auction time. Auction time. How about putting a display case in the auction? Mine is full, but can't bid on any. Hey, look here. Look who's here. Mike Tufts is here. Styley Designs. Bill Taylor. R. Snyder. Jesse Parra. Hello, Pat. I thought I missed the live stream earlier, but it was your auction. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm going to watch the auction while the live stream is going on. It's easy to sit here and monitor the auction this way, I think, because I'm can't go anywhere. Normally, I try to do other errands during the auction, but sometimes it gets me into trouble where I I go out of range or something. I don't have phone connectivity, so I've got to watch that. Here in the rural areas, we sometimes don't have connection, but here I do for sure. Alan Young, hi! I caught one before it's half over. Yeah, I mean we got 2 hours. Think up some questions or whatever. There's an auction going on now too. It's not a live auction. I just posted the video. So if you try to bid and you have trouble, I can try to help you in real time. That's one advantage of doing this during the auction. I don't ever think I'm going to have live auctions. I like the format where I just post the video and then wait for you guys to bid on it. I have a Boyer question. Yeah, go ahead. Any kind of questions, bows, arrows, archery. I don't know that much about hunting as far as anything except for deer, maybe. Great idea. Someone can ask if they have a question regarding the auction. That's correct. You could even make suggestions. I got an extra piece of paper that I can write it down. I'm taking the bark off my RCJ. There are inclusions where the bark dips in. Should I sharpen a spoon? I don't know what that means, sharpen a spoon. I don't know what the inclusions are. You should remove all of the bark, if that's what you mean. But you don't have to sharpen a spoon. You should be able to scrape it out, especially if you've got stone flakes that are kind of roundish. Wayne Tuttle. Huh. Yeah, hi. Let's see what happens with your comments this time. Old branches used to be. Old branches used to be sharpening spoons? I don't understand. I'm being difficult because sometimes I don't understand what you're saying. And I want you to be more clear. Yeah. So I'm monitoring the auction while I'm talking to you guys and reading the comments. This is very interesting. Mike Tufts, you just bid quite good bids. Yes, you did. All right. Yeah, every item is being bid on. There was only one auction where I was worried that Well, a couple, I guess, in the beginning, in the early days of the auction, where I was afraid that maybe you guys aren't liking the items because I didn't get bids on them right away. Where old branches used to be, the wood dips in on some spots quite deep. Yeah, I just um, I think I know what you mean. Just kind of dig the bark out. The wood borers are in the bark. The eggs are there. Sometimes they lay the eggs in those little recesses where the branches are coming out. So you want to dig all that stuff out. Just don't go too crazy because you might have to include some of that wood in the back of your bow. Bark will dry and peel off by itself. No, it doesn't peel off by itself. I find that if you let the bark dry on juniper or cedar, it sticks. The outside peels off easy, but the inner bark will stick and it'll be a pain to take off because you got to sit there and carefully scrape so you don't dig too much into the sapwood. Yes, when an old branch comes out, you're going to have a little bit of end grain, much tougher to deal with. What method of payment for the auction? Yeah, I prefer PayPal, but I take Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, mm, checks or money orders, or cash in the mail. Yeah, just I have Venmo and Cash App on my phone because my kids use that stuff. But some people pay using those methods uh, for their items in the auction. Yeah, we just work it out in the emails. Yep, yep, yep. So I'm going to be working on more bows coming up here, probably a lot on black locust bows because I'm seeming to. It seems like I can get a hold of black locust pretty easy. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Um, yeah, as soon as the weather improves, I'll be getting bow staves. You know, next month. March should improve enough to where there's no snow and I won't get stuck. Ahab the fisherman, hello. So let's see. What do I have for topics? I have topics. I cannot read. Where's my topics? Everybody knows how to get rid of their waste flakes, right? When they're napping. I get that question a lot these days. I don't know what's going on. You guys are having trouble disposing of your waste flakes, I guess. Let's see. Live stream questions. There we go. Am I going to write a book? Book on heat treatment. I should write a book on heat treating because I get so many questions on heat treating that are repetitious over and over again. I do have some videos, but for some reason, if you type in a search, I've had a couple of guys tell me when they type in a search, they come up with one of my old videos. I need to delete that video. Maybe I should do it right now. Let's see. Delete the 9-year-old video. I mean, it still has good information, but I've added to it. The Big Blue, hi crew, just say hello. It's late for me, sorry. Yeah. Well, you're over in Europe. Of course, it's late. Very late for you. Thanks for the video regarding how many pieces you can make from one stone. It's very interesting to see. See retouching in a more methodical way, reducing in a more methodical way, getting thicker spalls to make other blades and points. Yeah, it's not that easy, though. But yeah, it can be done that way. I don't think it was done that way in the past very often because I think they went strictly for one item from that nodule, and then whatever was left, incidentally, they would pick up, "Ooh, this might be a good flake for something," but um, they wouldn't, try for big old flakes on purpose, I don't think, other than what they were napping. "Why'd you get divorced?" That's personal. That's like, let's just say, my ex-wife and I were complete opposites. It's not good to marry your opposite. Yeah, that's a lesson in life. People tell you that a lot, and I've heard that forever, but we always end up doing it, and it's not good. Howdy there, Smallzilla. Some of these names are funny. I know your real name because I think you've emailed me a couple times. I can't remember if it's email, Instagram, Facebook, or text. There's so many different ways I get messages. I can't remember which one it was. I'm watching this while carving eating utensils. Yeah, that's good. I was going to get into carving spoons and do that, what they call green woodworking. I was going to get into that a few years ago, but I said, nah, napping is better. Sounds like it was your fault. My fault? Yeah, my fault for marrying my opposite. Do the kids blame you? Well, the kids blame both parents because they say, why don't you guys work it out? You're the adults. Just work it out. Yeah, I wish it was that easy. I use collagen casing for making homemade sausage at work. Can I use that for bowstring? Yeah. You'll notice that if you use casing, I'm thinking that you're using pork or pig casing, you'll notice as it dries, there's little nubs. You'll have to clip those off with fingernail clippers or something. It's not smooth. And you twist more than one together. You can't just use one string of gut. But the casing is not very strong. I got to warn you right now, it's going to wear out at the tip of the bow and where you shoot the arrow. So you've got to make sure the serving is good. I'm really enjoying the videos from Denmark. Matthias, thanks. I use collagen casing. Yes, sir. This is Harley. Okay, yes, I remember. Emailed you a while back for the Reddit info. Yes, okay. As well as some of the 3D printed tool stuff. Yep. It comes in salt water. Yeah, the ones that I got just came with salt. There's no water in the packaging. It just heavily crusted with salt in the gut that I got one time. But I prefer to use it for wrapping arrowheads and spear points and stuff like that rather than bowstrings. I don't like it when a bowstring starts to fail on me. It's too much maintenance for me. I hate washing dishes, so I began making my own spoons, forks, plates, and bowls. So, are you making disposable wood utensils? Heck, just make chopsticks. And you drink from bowls like without spooning it. You just drink from the bowl if you had to drink something. Right? No. You like carving the spoons and forks. Oh, when I get rid of the old utensils, I put them in a fire to burn. Yeah, that's good. I wish I could burn fire here like I want to, but the neighbors don't like it. Even though they've come out before and they looked at it and they went, okay. Yeah, it looks like that fire is in a okay place. Just make sure it's like 20 feet away from buildings and stuff. And uh, that tree right there might not be safe. So, don't build a fire under that tree. Okay. All right. And then you can see them peeking out behind a curtain when I got a fire going. I don't like when I'm watched. I mean, it shouldn't bother me, but I'm like, am I disturbing them? And like, if the smoke goes over to their house, which it does sometimes, it blows over there. They might call the fire department. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. You can make a cardboard fork. Who's Howard? Howard, you're saying you can make a cardboard fork? I've never tried that. I've made a fork out of aluminum foil and twigs and I don't know what else, but never cardboard. I'd probably be married if they had just left my tools alone, quit moving my stuff, and quit asking me what I'm thinking because I'm trying to figure out my projects that make me forget about it. Yeah. Yeah, our issues were very deeply rooted. Yeah. What is your favorite wood for bows? Do you like double recurve bows? Double recurve. You mean reflexed and recurved? I don't like reflexed bows that much because I'm always afraid they'll break. When I make my reflex bows, I've broken some of those. Not all, but I have broken the reflex. And then the reflex bows, this might not be part of your question, but the reflex bows don't last as long. If I hear a little crack anywhere, even though it doesn't look broken at all anywhere, I stop using it if I hear any cracking because I know it's going to blow up. um, my favorite wood for bows is the wood that doesn't break. Yeah, I like all kinds of wood. If if this particular wood didn't break, ash, juniper, or any kind of juniper would be my favorite. But since Osage orange is the one that doesn't break the most often, doesn't break, it's the most reliable, then Osage orange is number two. If I could keep my juniper bows from breaking, that would be my number one. I should back them with sinew, I know. Your neighbors sound insufferable. No, they're just very active. They're not nasty. They're just very energetic. I would rather have lazy, bummed out, and very hermitish neighbors, but these are the opposite. Not lazy, very happy, and very active. Let's see. And very inquisitive too. It's like, I wonder how was going on here before I arrived that they're like that. What would be a more effective Stone Age fishing setup? The bone that turns sideways and gets wedges in the fish's throat, or a fishhook shaped flint? Bucket list: catch a fish on a Stone Age rig. Uh, that's a very good question. I did when I do Stone Age fishing, I shoot them with arrows with a juniper string. Juniper, no, what did I say? Jute string. An arrow that has jute twine attached. Jute, for some reason, does not get weaker in water. And when you shoot the fish, make sure that you shoot it with enough power to penetrate all the way through so that the barb doesn't catch the insides of the fish because it'll just tear out. You make sure it goes all the way through. Um, the barb that I used steel, but some of the fish would get away. So I was hoping the next time I'm going out, I'm going to make a chisel like point and a barb. So the chisel will cut through the spine instead of deviating away from the spine because that's where I shoot at. I shoot right at the spine line on a fish. Of course, I make sure they're up high up near the top of the water. Sometimes I got to wait for them to float up near the top. Carp are easy because they like to float near the top. Not all fish like to swim near the top, but carp do. So they're easy to shoot. So to answer your question, if I were to choose a stone hook or a one of those uh, cross mounted piece of bone, I would do the cross mounted piece of bone, not a stone hook. An update on the tools. I got a 16 penny nail pressure flaker designed and printing, as well as a horseshoe nail and 4, 8, and 12 gauge copper pressure flakers. No, you shouldn't be missing any unless you want to get a 20 penny nail. Sometimes you'll want a really really heavy duty pressure flaker. Of course, you sharpen it down, but let's see. Any you're curious in? Any you're curious in what? I'm looking back at your comments, and I don't know. Harley, what do you mean by any you're curious in? Maybe they're secret fans of yours. If they're secret, then how do I know? Cardboard fork. That's funny. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for the info on fishing arrows. Oh yeah. The what's good what's cool if you have a large enough barb on your arrow. One time I saw a school of fish swimming near the shore. I just dipped the arrow down in, and as the school of fish came in, I just yanked one out with the barb from the arrow, because the barb caught the fish as it was swimming by. But there was a lot of fish in that little school. There was a lot of little fish in that big school of fish that came by. You can do all kinds of stuff with fishing. Cardboard fork can be done. Just got to eat really fast. If it's moist food, yeah. I would just get chopsticks. What are the most common mistakes beginners make when getting into napping? The most common mistake is, I want to nap the most difficult stuff with the natural tools, with the antler. Show me how to work quartz with little bitty antlers. Yeah, that's the biggest mistake. When they think when they're thinking that they want to nap like they used to in the old days, and someone told them that in the old days they used to nap really bad stuff with really weak tools. So that's what they want to do. That's the biggest mistake. Don't listen to how people say that they used to nap those things. Other than that, you want particulars like they're napping at 42.6 degrees instead of 38.9 degrees. Does that kind of, you want to get into that nitty gritty? As far as the angle of applied force, you want to get into that aspect? I don't know. Sweet box of flakes in the auction today. You think so? Awesome. I'm glad you think so. What is that mysterious musical instrument you are playing? Yeah. You mean like, who's that ghost in the window? I'm not playing a musical instrument. You mean during videos or during this live stream? Any you're curious about having sent your way? My apologies. Any you're curious about having sent your way? I don't know what that means. My apologies. No need for a video or anything on them. It just needs some testers. Yeah. I can't remember if I received your package or not. I probably did, but I can't remember. I have to check. My hand snapping methods might be different. Right. My opinion is not worth hitting. Is not hitting hard enough. Pat's facetious voice is too good. Oh, I'm glad you think so. Usually facetiousness is very annoying, which is okay too. I like seeing, but see, I don't get to see annoying faces. I'm just looking at the dumb computer. But it's fun to annoy people, I think. Between friends, of course. Strangers are boring. The more folks I have trying them out, the better I feel about the current designs and ergonomics. Okay. Yep. The tools, yeah. The 3D printed tools, yeah. I'll let you know on those. Yeah. Have you ever seen an authentic ancient quartz point with visible gold in it? Well, I might have and not known it was gold, but I have not seen one that I knew it was gold. So no. I've heard a lot of horror stories from marriages with irreconcilable differences. However, I just married my best friend, and she even lets me listen to your napping videos at night as we sleep. That's awesome. Yeah. See, with me, it was the other way around. I had to listen to my wife's stuff, which wasn't bad, but I got to get up in the morning. Yeah. I gotta go to work. I got stuff that's very demanding to think about. And if I act stupid at work, I get passed. Yeah, we'll give the project to someone else. And my boss goes, "Why did we lose that one? Hmm? Why did we lose that one? Where did they go?" I don't know. I had no idea. Can she get a shout out? Her name is Amy. Oh yes, I'll shout out Amy, the one that allows you to listen to the napping. Awesome. I haven't gotten the chance to email them to you yet. Okay. I don't believe you've shared a mailing address with me through the emails. Just remind me that I haven't given you the my address in the emails. Yeah, some people, well, like it'll go over my head and they'll ask me something, and what they're thinking is that my next response has to be blah blah blah. It'll go over my head. You got to be very specific. Like, I don't have your address yet, or uh, something specific like that. Yeah. Oftentimes I'll just miss it. I don't even know what you're implying and stuff. Or you'll a whole section of emails I think means one thing, and it turns out I totally misunderstood it. But what's most critical is just to remind me of details on who sent it, what is your name. Make sure your name is on the package because I take photos of the packages. Make sure not just abbreviations like T period S for your name. Full name, if possible. Uh, if you send it through another carrier, like through Amazon, if you buy something through Amazon and send it to me, make sure somehow in the note, I think you can provide a note in a gift as to who it's from. And if you want to be totally secret, that's fine. But what's most difficult for me is keeping track of who gave me what and who sent me what and who is expecting me to return a message. Remind me if I haven't returned a message or given you some information. That's the hardest thing for me. Wait, I got a notice? Who is noticing me? Who is sending notices? Notifications, I mean. Let's see. Uh, hey, can I have my way or can I be happy? Have you napped a lot of Danish flint? I think I've seen one or two videos. No, I haven't napped a lot of Danish flint. No. I do have a batch of it though. Um, what's his name? I forget his name already. He sends me Danish flint. What's on the next flavor of rock you will be working on? What's the next flavor of rock? Probably Georgia Chert or Keel Cook. Heat treat Keel Cook. I got a batch of stuff from Danny Collins, and it has this excellent Keel Cook in it. And it also has some glass, some of that opalized glass. I don't know what I'm going to be working on next. I'm still on the obsidian. So in the immediate future, it'll be obsidian. In the further future, it'll be Georgia Chert and Keel Cook and some stuff that Danny Collins. Oh, I also ordered some Hopkinton Chert, some Hornstone. Also, same guy I ordered from. That box should be getting here in a few days. I'll be napping some of that. Speaking of tools, did you get my package in the mail? Mike Tufts. Mike. Let me think here. If I have not sent you a picture with your tools, let's see. Let me look. Did I take a picture of your box? Yeah, you sent super glue in there with it. Is that the one you're talking about? You sent some super glue packages. Is that it? Yes. Then yes, I did. Sal is here. Where? I don't see. I can't see. Blades, yes. Blades is here. What's up, Rock Brothers? Yes. Let's see. Midbar. I've learned that with hammerstones, not just variety, but shape makes a difference too. Oh, yeah. I always try to find a flat spot on the hammerstone as an example. I like to nap with flat spots on hammerstones. What material are you going to use for the Edens? I am going to use that's a good question. What am I going to use? Oh, I've got some heat treated root beer I was going to use, but I can also use obsidian since I found out that some Cody points are made of obsidian. I'm going to use root beer chert and amoeba chert on the Edens and on the first views. Except first view, I'll use mainly light colored cherts. I'm going to try first views. Okay, Eric. Let's see. I'll follow up on an email for that mailing address. Yeah. Any questions? Also, any question of the day? Also, my question of the day. Do you have something you know is an artifact, but you don't know what it was or what it was used for? Well, yeah, I've got several of those. And I kind of think I might know what it is, but they're on an archaeological site. I got a bunch of artifacts that were all together on the site, and there were these things are long stones, natural that you get from a river, but they're long and they're smooth, and they look like little loaves of bread. They're only about 6 inches long. Right? They're river stones, and I'm wondering what they were. Well, turns out if I hold them just right and tap the end, ding ding ding, it makes a tone. So I think they use it for musical instruments. I think, but that stuff like that, I have things like that, and little round polished pieces of not magnetite, little round red stones, but they're not perfectly round, so they're not game marbles or game things. They're just polished on most of the sides, and you could tell they're polished and not just tumbled because they took down the high spots. I don't. Maybe that's just the beginnings of game marbles. Yes, everyone needs super glue. Yeah. So I didn't send you a thank you for that one. Maybe I didn't. Wow. I got files. I got um, what else did I get in that package? Maybe I shouldn't say it because other people are going to want it. I got an extra bopper cap, files, and I got an epoxy handle with stone flakes in the handle. Yeah. I think you told me not to say anything about that one because you're just experimenting. So just strike that one from the record. Yeah. You have a handle name. Yeah, no wonder you're asking questions. Definitely to see the flake. Yeah. Hello, how long are you staying live today? Greeting from Denmark. I'm here till 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, so we still got an hour and a half before I have to go. Bye-bye. You have so many videos. I'm sure you have done this, but would it be insane to see? It would be insane to see Obsidian Toolkit, saw, burin, end scraper, etc. Biface blade, core blade. I want to make a bow with all abo tools. Well, this is going to sound facetious, but just look at the pile of flakes and you'll see all those. I don't even need to nap anything. Just gather a bunch of flakes and you'll see, oh, that looks like a saw. Oh, that's a little scraper. That's a little biface blade right there. That's burinated on that side. You don't need to do anything. Yeah. But yeah, I'll try to make a set of tools But what I do is I just gather a bunch of flakes, and then whatever's available, I'll use it when I'm woodworking. I don't have specific dedicated tools for each thing, unless it's something big, like a big chopper. Anything small, I just use a flake. And anything that needs to be done, I can look for a flake that has properties that I need. It's opportunistic. I don't have a dedicated arrow scraper or a dedicated arrow shaft saw or a dedicated feather scraper or a feather cutter. It's all just pick a tool. Is this going to work? No, that didn't work that good. How about that one? Oh, that works okay. How about that one? Oh, maybe I can modify it just a little bit, and I can do the little engraving with it. But no, it broke. Let's take another one. So it's opportunistic with me. I can only imagine what those artifacts were used for. Yeah. Some artifacts I have. Some artifacts I have are damaged by heat. And why they would let them get damaged, I don't know. I have some really excellent stone nodules that have flakes taken off, but then one side is damaged by heat. Now, it could have been natural, but I don't think they would have picked up a natural stone that looked damaged by heat and then started flaking it. I don't know. Maybe they would. I don't know. But I have stones that have heat damage for some weird reason. And it looks like they tried to heat treat it. But instead of flaking it first, like they should have, they tried to cook the whole nodule, I guess. Have you considered writing a book on some of your knowledge? Oh, yes, many times. I've thought about that, but I'm not. How should I say this? I'm not. I don't have a good enough memory to remember everything. So I write a bunch of stuff down, and I think, okay, I'm all set. I'll just put this away as a chapter because I've got notes everywhere. And then I'll come back to it later and I'll go, wait a minute, I missed this, I missed that. Why didn't I mention this? I forget stuff to put in. So I'm constantly having to read and reread and reread and read, make sure I've got everything in there. But I'm having conversations with Grok on Twitter, which makes it easier because Grok will bring up a lot of stuff that I can just, okay. It's more thorough and doesn't forget stuff like I do. So yeah, the books are coming eventually. I'm a pro at finding. Yeah, Donnie. But Donnie, I think you're the same guy as the other one. I think you're the same guy as. Are you the same guy as? Probably not. I'm just kidding. Patrick, can you do a video where you're trash drunk and try to nap? No, because it's stupid. And I've had lots of drinks at nap-ins, and I can still nap. Okay, it's not try. It's only do. There is no try in Flint napping, and I'm not kidding. It's amazing how impaired we can be and still Flint nap. Yeah. Yep, I made a full X-Acto type set with obsidian flakes for miniature hobby work. Awesome. Dang, overthinking it. Simple is best. Makes sense. Some would break off already with the correct angle. Let's see. You couldn't find it. Oh, Donnie R. Yeah. Let's make fun of the trolls. Yes. Chess really helps with memory recall and planning. That can help you with your book. Yeah. I wish it was that simple though, because if I start doing something difficult for my brain, I have diminishing returns after that. Like if I were to get online and do a lot of research and then go out flint napping, I can't do anything. I have to wait or take a little nap. Have you ever tried to nap in the pouring rain? Yes. I've napped during hailstorms, snowstorms, windstorms, dust storms where dust is flying everywhere, in the rain, in the high winds, in freezing cold, in blazing hot temperatures above 115 degrees. It was 113 degrees one day while I was napping in my shop, outside the shop, because I didn't have a thermometer inside the shop at that time. It was hotter in the shop. than 113 degrees. So yeah, when you're outside all year round in different parts of the country, you get exposed to everything. Why was I napping in a hailstorm? It's not my fault. I thought it was just going to rain and that's it. Sure enough, start hailing on me. Have you ever tried to nap in pouring rain? Yes. Don't nap with natural tools in pouring rain. That I can tell you, because they won't work right, especially the antler and the bone. Even hammerstones get weird in the rain. I haven't tried drinking and napping. You haven't? Haven't been to a napping, or haven't been to the kind of nappings I've been to. Maybe I shouldn't go to those nappings. I thought of another question. Do you know of any other tools that used the Macaweedle style of blade, where it's sections that are assembled together? Yeah. If you look at the Aztec artwork, you'll see tomahawks, short little Macaweedles, so to speak, with the blades embedded. Shorter ones, like tomahawk size, less than 2 feet long, or maybe a foot and a half. And knives. At the end, knives you hold in your hand with little segments, and spear points on the end of a spear that you hold in your hand that has segments in it. Yeah, if you look at the Aztec art, you'll see it all. Various things. David Pinnon, welcome to membership. Thank you very much. What the hail? Oh, hell no. No, there's no Diddy nappings. I can guarantee you that. Don't wacky tobacco. Oh yeah, don't wacky tobacco and nap. I believe that one. I haven't done that. When you're at the nap-in, do you get in on the 10 speed? Did I just say something bad? What is the 10 speed? Are you tricking me somehow? Wacky tobacco nap every day. It's all good. I don't know, Devin. Is that TMI? I would not go to a Diddy nap, and no, absolutely not. No, I don't like. Let's put it this way. I know almost all the people at the nap-in. I don't like being around a bunch of strangers. Yeah, let's put it that way. Especially not people that could be psychos. Yeah. I like down-to-earth people that ask you direct questions and give you direct answers. Yeah. It's legal in my state, Ron. Oh, yeah, it's legal in my state, too. I have totally napped with the devil's lettuce on my lungs. That's funny. That's the 10-minute challenge to make a point. Ah, I see. No, I have participated in the napping contest though. But the one in Tennessee that I go to, they give you 30 minutes. But I haven't done the 10-minute one. That's probably at the North Georgia Nap-In or something like that. I haven't gone to that one. I would love to go to a nap-in, but it would require a bit of travel since I only know of one in Iowa. Yeah. It looks like an awesome time, and I'm sure you have some nap-in stories. Feel free to tell me. Guess how long it takes me from Vermont to get down to the nap-in in heart of Texas, the Heart of Texas nap-in in Brady, Texas. Guess how long it takes me to get there? 36 hours. Okay. I spread it out over 4 days. And of course, I'm including stops. Yeah. So don't tell me it's too far. I'm going to go to that one in the spring, I think. I emailed you a few pics of some of my points. Much improvement. I'm sure many on here agree you helped us cut learning curve in half under the leg indirect life is life changing. Well, I'm glad. Yeah. That makes me very glad that people are experiencing lots of quick learning and enjoyment from napping because I suffered for way too long. And I don't wish that on anybody except maybe Donnie. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. He's still there, but he's just lurking, I suppose. I know who these guys are. Like, they're probably all the same guy. I keep saying that, but it seems like the way they write is the same way. Uh, is there such a thing as a meteorite rock that can be napped? No. You can nap sand that's been hit by lightning, but it's pretty bad. You can't get much out of it. There's a certain type of glass that forms when sand at the beach gets hit by lightning. It looks like a big blob. You can dig them out of the ground, and it's a big blob of melted sand. I think you can nap it, but it's very crumbly. But no, not meteorite rock. No, you can use a meteorite for a hammerstone. Got the Primo shirt from eBay today. Well, good luck with that. I'm probably going to need to heat that quite a bit. Let me check the auction here real quick. Yeah, I check it every hour or so. Let's see if we have any new people bidding. Someone's already saying congrats to the winners. Well, there's no winners yet. We still got time. The auction ends at 9 p.m. Eastern. I haven't announced any winners. I guess that was a preemptive congratulations. All right, what do we see? Any other new bids? Not so far. Let's see. Ooh, we got some stuff. Oh, the Primo Rock was awful. Sad I wasted the money. Better splurge for the heat treat stuff. Yes. Yeah, heat treat is always a good investment if you get it from a good source. Already heat treated. Great to hear you, and I just dropped in to say thank you for the work you do. You're very welcome, Sam. Very welcome. I would say you and Danny's videos increase my skills tenfold. Awesome. Primo Chur, my 22 pounds of crumble. Oh yeah, yeah. They don't name it correctly. The Primo Churt is a joke, but you can still nap it if you heat treat it. That's the stuff that I learned on in the beginning. I don't recommend it for anybody, but yeah, I learned that on that stuff. Not from the guy on eBay. I didn't buy my first batches of churt. I went to the landscape supply yard and got buckets of it for like $12 a bucket for a 5-gallon bucket was 80 pounds. I think it was only $15 for the bucket when I first started doing it. And I guess technically I bought it, but I didn't mail order it, is what I meant. Is agate pretty hard to nap? Sometimes. Agate sometimes is easy. It depends on the grade. A low-grade agate is very hard. A high-grade agate is pretty easy. Comparatively speaking, yeah. Much better than quartz. Quartz ruin your day. I ordered Primo literally a week before Patrick did a video on it. Was like, shoot. Yeah. That was an interesting video because maybe I got lucky. I got some points out of that one. Somebody wanted more of it. Can I get some of that? They saw the point that I made from it and they wanted some. And I tried to tell them. I think I told them in the email that it's hit or miss with this stuff. You can't pick and choose which stones you can work with. I mean, you can't tell the seller I want this particular type because you never know. It's like a box of Cracker Jacks. You never know what you're going to get inside of it. Like a box of chocolates too. You never know what you're going to get. I got obsidian in Monterey Church where I live, and that's what I learned to flint knap on. Well, Ahab the fisherman, if you can get a lot of it, you can make money selling it. I keep telling people that, but they go, no. They don't tell me no. I don't see any result. They don't sell it. I've never had opportunity to get as much stone as I wanted. Basically, I always have to be very limited in what I can get. I mean, not always have to be. I've always been very limited in what I've gotten when I pick stuff up. And the stuff, there has been a couple of times, I take that back, that I did pick up free stone and I ended up selling quite a bit of it. But then I can't go back and get more because I took it all. I took like 1, 2, 3, 4 buckets of 80 pounds each. That's like 300 pounds. I sold probably half of that, 150 pounds of stone from that one trip, but I took it all. It was just on the dirt road. Have you ever been to Nethers to get your own rock? Nope, haven't been there. I got obsidian in Monterey Church. Okay, I read that one already. Always busting my friggin' agates. I bought some of the Romolo church from eBay, and easily over half was in dire need of heat. Yeah, I used to working. I'm used to working Iowa Garbo rock, so that's the stuff was actually lovely. So that stuff was actually lovely. Can't beat bottle glass though. Yeah, Iowa. What stone have I worked stuff from Iowa? If that's Burlington, is there Burlington church in Iowa? If there is, then yeah, I've worked it. I used to knap a lot of heat-treated Brazilian agate for hunting arrowheads. Really? That stuff is expensive these days. I make reproductions for museums in my local area for education. Well, that's awesome. Are you doing it for free? We shouldn't be. Where is the best? I mean, of course, if you're a generous person, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but yeah, look into it. You can make some habit supporting cash. Where is the best bang for my buck on some good stone? Danny Collins, Lithics and Leather. I actually have a business card somewhere. You can also go to Jeff Head on Facebook. Oh, where's the business card? I kept one back just so I can display it. Flintnappingtraditions.com. I also have links to rock sellers in some of my video comment sections. I put in those links to rock sellers. But the two that I can name off the top of my head, go to flintnappingtraditions with an S.com or find Jeff Head, Head, on Facebook. There are other sellers. There's a bunch of sellers. What amazes most people is that most people that ask me, where do I find good stone? I'll just give them a list of 6 people right away, and they're amazing. Well, I've been looking for 10 years and I only found 2. I ask you, and in 5 minutes, I get 12. Yeah. I used to nap a lot of heat treat Brazilian. I think it would be legal to discard flint in the glass trash bin. Yeah. Since flint has a lower melting point than glass, which means it would take less energy for recycling. Yeah, but flint doesn't melt down in that way. Yeah. It's believe it or not, making glass is not an easy process. We've got plenty of silica, but it has to be refined before you can make glass out of it. You can't just crush up stuff. Now, the Romans used to use crushed flint when they made something similar to glass. I forget what that's called. You can fuse flint together, the flint dust. You can fuse it, but there's a process involved in fusing it. You don't recycle it together with man-made glass if you're going to recycle it. In regards to the Iowa Garbo chert. I have some Mains Creek chert, Swan River chert, and some Burlington. I have one hunk of jasper and some silicified sandstone I want to mess with. Sounds good. Awesome. Silicified sandstone can be excellent. I do sell the reproductions to them. Okay, good. You sound like Bill Hicks when you put on. Yeah, I've been told I sound like all kinds of people. Bow flow sand makes nice glass. Still needs to be sorted if you want clear glass. What is bow flow sand? Have you seen Sean Wood's flint knap ancient Roman glass? No. I didn't know he flint knapped a piece of ancient glass. I thought he was into mousetraps these days. That's where all his views come from, making mousetraps and showing them on video. Blow sand. We have mountains of it here. You mean sand dust that blows around in the wind? Have you ever napped uranium glass? That would be the coolest. No, I don't think I have. Yeah, he did it, was from 7 or 8 years ago. Huh. That'd be interesting, I guess. Once you've seen somebody nap something, you've seen it all, pretty much. The only stuff that I found really interesting when someone napped it was the glass that has designs in it. Like I've seen one that had like an American flag in the slab. I was wondering how that would look once you napped it. It looks pretty, as long as you keep it flat, I suppose it looks all right. But trying to preserve a design in the glass while you're napping, it seemed to me that it would get distorted, but no, he did pretty good. It was just flake over grind stuff. But, once you've seen someone nap chert, you've seen it all, basically. You've seen someone nap glass or obsidian, you pretty much seen it all. In my opinion, I might be just too simplistic. The colors from the glass was trippy. Brandon's here. Good evening. Sorry I'm late to the party. Did I miss any hot topics? No. I mean, it's not that kind of live stream. The colors from the glass was trippy. Diachronic glass. Okay. Sounds pretty good. Am I Jewish? No. I'm part Jewish. Like, I think 23andMe says I'm 1%, 1.2% or 2.1%. I have napped uranium glass before and actually talked about it in one of my YouTube videos. Mask and good fan and you're all right with it. Don't worry, I did research. Measured risk. All right. Yeah, flint napping will tell you about how to manage risk. I don't know if uranium glass means it has uranium. I don't know if I want to nap it. I thought it was like a nickname for it. Uranium glass glows under UV and looks neon. Well, heck. There's plenty of stuff you can nap that glows when you put it under a black light. Why would you go for uranium glass? Did Patrick reveal the newest napping tech, the over and under double transverse style? Over double transverse. No, I haven't revealed that one. That's for sure. What's up, Mr. Butter? Okay. I don't know. Do I wear it? The shape of my hair, do I wear a certain type of headdress? I don't think so. I don't think you could tell by that. Yeah. I do that because I don't like the alfalfa thing sticking out because that's what I get. I always flatten it back here. That's why it's flat. All right. Aye. You like cats? Of course I do. And it's not because they're, and it's, I was going to say, it's not because they're easy maintenance. I do like them because they're hunters. Wow. My most interesting cats that I've had were always hunters. They'll chase after stuff. But I've never had a cat bring a mouse or whatever into the house. I know people that have had that. I had one cat that would eat snakes and lizards. That was cool. She was a she was very tame and cordial. But when she ever saw a snake or a lizard, got it. Uh, let's see. These trolls, I swear. Yeah, I can erase them. It's the same guy. And he hasn't, see, I repeat that over and over again. It doesn't say anything like, I'm not the same guy. He hasn't even responded, so must be true, which makes him even more of a psycho. Uranium glass does not emit enough radiation to do any harm. You have as much radiation in your typical environment as uranium glass. Okay, so that means you just doubled your uranium exposure. Yeah, that's what that means. Well, one thing's for sure, you got uranium glass in your skin and you would be able to see it. Oh yeah, you just under UV light you could see the splinters or whatever, slivers. Yeah, that'd be something. But yeah, when anyone says, "Yeah, you're exposed to less radiation than blah 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 than this thing," well, let's say they're comparable in the amount of radiation they have. You just doubled your exposure, so I don't buy that argument. How do we bid in the comments or website? Yeah, in the comment section of the video of the auction video. Just look for the auction video on my channel, the current one, and look at the comments, and you'll see the items described with a little timestamp. Under those comments, you'll see the bids. So under those replies, right? Just come back, Garrett, if you haven't figured it out. Only cats I like are cougars. Yeah, I get the reference. Yes, that one did not go over my head. You're not the same guy. Yes, you are, because now you're trying to be defensive. You got to appreciate the dedication. I find a bridge. Find a bridge troll. Yeah. Garrett, will do. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, rich cougars. I don't know. I've met some rich older ladies, and I don't know. There's a reason why they're on their own. Yeah. Hey, Jim Cooper. I remember you from last time, right? Right. Let's see. I gotta check on the auction real quick. You can comment. There's not that many comments coming through, so I'll be able to catch up. Let's see. Anybody? Yep, there's a new bid. Oh, that was an hour ago. Dang it, I'm slacking. And when you guys bid like $1 more than the previous guy, it doesn't bother me, but it's going to bother some other people. Yeah. Let's see. We got some more bids that came in. Yes. Whoa, there's some. What are they? The box of broken bifaces is what you guys like? You're napping? Oh, Sal's napping, but he's listening. Yes. You're a suave gentleman, Patrick. Never settle down. Oh, I don't know. I'm always married to something. Yeah. Right now, it's my endeavors in trying to do primitive skills. Yeah. So that has settled me down, right? Let's see. Who else is bidding? You guys like the Broken Bifaces box? That amazes me because that took me like 5 minutes to assemble. Whereas my other stuff, I can spend 2 hours and sometimes I'll make like $30. With the Brooks and Bifaces box is already up to $110 for 5 minutes. Of course, I had to nap the bifaces and I had to break the items, but just assembling it together didn't take any time. My napping, okay. I'm too retarded to understand the bidding process. Well, that's not good. You got to go ask a fifth grader, and they'll point you right to it, and they'll bid for you. Just hand the phone to the fifth grader. No offense, okay? Don't take that in the wrong way. I'm not agreeing with the retardedness. I'm pretty sure I have never been $1 over the previous bid. I think there's an insult. Yeah, to you too. I don't know about to me, but it ticks people off if they lose by $1. I know because I've been there. I'm gonna find out who his ex-wife is. I'm gonna get the real story. Yeah, get the real story. Yep, I bet you would do great doing biface boxes for us. Yeah, I mean, I would probably. Well, see, what happens is if doing a lot of Brooks and bifaces boxes depletes my supply very fast, so that I would just become a rock seller if that was the case. That's what it would. That's what it would mean. I could make dozens of Brooks and bifaces boxes, but then I'd become a rock seller. I don't want to become a rock seller, or go looking for rocks in my spare time. I just saw a video. Danny was picking up some root beer, Flint chert from Texas. I've been there. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but uh, I find it more interesting to do the napping. Mostly listening here. My eyes are burning after the clay I processed today. Smell like cow patties and gashes. Yikes. Suffering from success. The prices your Biface and Brooks boxes reach are impressive. Yeah, I know. It's amazing. I can't understand it. I'm not complaining, but I don't understand it. I don't take offense, Patrick. Good. Awesome. Mike Tubbs, how do I get a set of your boppers? There you go. Bent Creek wants to know. Make sure you get with Bent Creek Stone and Steel, Mike. I guess it would make sending you gifts less fun if we knew you were turning them into quick sell biases for. Yeah, that's true. It'd feel kind of funny if I sent someone a box of rocks and they immediately flipped it. Yeah, for cash. Maybe with a little bit of processing, but still, it would feel kind of funny. Yeah, it's true. I like to use up the rocks for what I want to do and then get rid of the other stuff I can't do much with or I don't have time to do anything with. Of course, I'm always right. I wish. Jewelry is also very good ancient art. I took a class in college and it was quite interesting, even though it was an elective. The stonework is also mesmerizing. Yeah, the most important. Oh, I'm sorry. The most interesting classes in college are the electives. Yeah. Ever messed around with narrow entry and expanding notches like the? Yeah, of course. Um, I think I actually have a video that says expanding notching. If not, just look through my videos where I do side notching, narrow entry. Type in all those as a search on YouTube, but put Jack Crafty in front of the search, like Jack Crafty narrow notch or Jack Crafty expanding notch, and it should come up with a video. I think I've done at least 2 of those. Yeah, Mike, put the link to your channel if you can in the chat so that Bent Creek can get to you. Because if he's like me, I'll look at all through the channel description and I won't be able to find it. Your email. I'll push the wrong buttons. I'll say, I don't know. I can't see no emails. Let's see. I got some from the same place as Danny. $40 a bucket. Is that foot stepping or? Ever seen the Edbo boppers? Oh yes, the hollow PVC handles. He doesn't even add lead. I have one bopper like that, just plastic tube cap, and it works great. Yeah, I've tried it, but I don't like the noise. It makes a funny noise. I shouldn't worry about that, but it just sounded funny. It works though, but it collapses. The way I nap, I ruin tools extremely fast, and just a cap without anything inside, it gets dented in 10 minutes. I can't use it properly. Ishi point on your auction today. Yeah. You like that one? That one took me a while. Patrick verbally abused me. That's why we divorced. He made a little handle on Patrick's ex-wife. What does she look like? Not even close. I can't see. This is interesting. Yeah, no. I typed rock dealers into Google and now the feds are knocking. Send help. Yeah, that's true. That it'll be rock dealers or rock suppliers can be interpreted as something else. Yeah. Drug related. It's unfortunate. Yes. We got to be careful, I guess. But for some reason, it doesn't flag. It doesn't get flagged in comment sections or anything. So, I mean, it's not that bad. Sent 2 emails with pics to explain what I was talking about with the bow staves. I didn't sharpen a spoon. I'm getting it figured out. Okay. Yeah, I saw that one picture. I don't know if you just sent some emails. I'll take a look. Yeah, my ex-wife is cute, but that's not her. I kind of want to back one with garskin. Yeah, that'd be cool. Kind of expensive though. It depends on where you get the garskin. If you're able to fish for it yourself, then go for it. Yeah, they're cool. But you can't cook though. I don't know. Depends on. Depends on what you call can't cook, because there are some women that cook a lot. It doesn't taste good. Some women don't cook very much, but what they do cook is excellent. Try to guess which category. You need a few more keywords. Trust me. What's the difference between antlers and other bones? I mean, just separate the lamb chop bone from the meat and use it if you have no antlers in your area, right? But then again, it could be different. AM. That's the question. Is bone the same as antler, basically? And no, it's not the same. Antler holds together better if it's a lot of shock. But for pressure flaking, it's almost the same. But for billets, the antler works better than bone. For billets and indirect punches, the antler works better than bone. But for pressure flaking, it's about the same. Even if you use bones that are left over from cooking. Patrick's wife was just upset because he kept using up the slow cookers. Let's see. I don't know. I use the slow cookers, but she didn't get upset about that. I used to cook lengua in the slow cookers. Some of you guys know what that is. Are you still here, Napping? Sal, are you still here? I just felt the snap in the force. Hey, don't say that because you may predict it or it may cause it to happen. You may implement a shock wave in the force by saying that. Hold on, let's see. I got to check the auction. I don't want it to look like I can't see these bids because then people will say, "Can you see my bid? I bid, but you didn't see it because there's no like on it." Let's see. I'll like your. I mean, when I see your bid, I hit the like button. That's how you know that I've seen it. Yeah. YouTube's comment section is not set up for auctions. Twitter is actually better for auctions in this kind of environment where you're commenting your bids. Twitter actually works better. There's a lot of auctions. Ralph and Wesley are bidding. Which one are they bidding on? The Ishii style point. All right. Let's see. The Humboldt point. It's very lonely. It's only got one bid. That's fine. It's not one of those parallel flaked Humboldts, so I can understand. Yeah, there's a lot of action, so to speak. But I think I've got likes on all the bids so far. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yesterday had a lengua burrito. Good. I miss it. They don't have lengua up here. I have to go to a farm, an actual farm, and ask for it, and it's like $12 a pound. I said no. I'm sorry. I mean, dang. It reached 71. Okay, I missed some stuff. Yeah, the comment section went crazy. It advanced too far. Let's see. It was 77 here in Northwest Arizona today. Glad we don't have groundhogs this side of the states. Let's see. It was like 9 degrees a couple of days ago here, but it warmed up to around 30 degrees yesterday at one point. It just fluctuates quite a bit. Let's see. Bone is harder, but antler is tougher. Yeah. Bone is more mineralized. No, bone just contains, well, yes, actually, bone is more dense, I think. No, I've weighed bone compared to antler, and antler was heavier. So I don't know what makes, I don't know. Let me think. The structure is different. It's got the same minerals. It's got the same basic structure, same basic content, but the way that it grows is different. So it has different internal structure, which makes it split or crack, makes bone more brittle. Let's put it that way. Bone is more brittle than antler. It reached 71 in South Indiana. Really surprised today. Yesterday it had a lingua burrito. Yeah. Lucky. Can you nap all petrified wood or does it need to be a certain silica content? All the wood I found is really small. Yeah, you cannot nap all petrified wood. It does have to have a certain silica content. And also, some of it is better than others. Just because it says petrified wood doesn't mean that is what all petrified wood will nap like. It's all different. Yeah, don't jinx Sal. It was 86 today where he is. Yeah, let's just say a prayer for Sal that he doesn't shrivel up like a little raisin. 86 degrees. Dang it. I don't miss that at all. Since you're in the Northeast, maybe you should make some of the war clubs that were prolific in New England at the time. Yeah. War clubs were prolific where I used to live too, in West Texas. But I didn't make them. Nope. I'm too busy making arrowheads. I should try my hand at an auction one of these times. I do like spending my money on rocks, though. Gotta always have more to break. Yeah. Always gotta have more to break, that's for sure. I can't find Chile, Colorado around in the East Coast either. Chile, Colorado? I don't know. Walmart sometimes is good about getting stuff if you ask somebody, they can order it for you. If they run out of chorizo, they'll get it for me. As an example, but I don't eat too much of it because there's something in it that I must be allergic to because I lose all of my energy. I used to eat a lot of chorizo and egg, but nowadays I had to cut down because something in it that doesn't agree with me. Where I live, I have to wait until Taco Bell puts that type of burrito on the menu. Yeah, we don't even have Taco Bell here. No, we got low 30s and a foot of snow, and it's still snowing. Bill Taylor, still snowing. Yeah, it's supposed to. Well, the weather changed. It was supposed to still be snowing today, but the weather forecast changed, so we're not getting any more. We got like 4 inches yesterday over a period of 24 hours, but it melted back a little bit today. So now it's down at 2 inches from the other night. Still got a lot of snow on the ground. A lot, like, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches maybe. Have you ever used Story in Stone as a guide as opposed to the Overstreet guide? Story in Stone. No, I haven't used Story in Stone as a guide. Antler is what hair is. Bone is carbon-based metal. That's a new one on me. Horn is what hair is, not antler. And bone is carbon-based something or other. No, it is calcium-based. Restaurant taco meat is a blend of rat meat ground up, horse hoof. Yeah, it doesn't sound like my ex-wife. Kind of, sort of, but not really. She doesn't get into the details like that. Yeah. I saw a Gulf Coast Knapping flake some heat-treated petrified wood biface. I know I'm not reading these comments correctly. I'm trying to read these words as a unit, but I've got to look at every single letter. And when I do that, it takes me forever. I saw Gulf Coast Knapping flake some heat-treated petrified wood biface. Yep. Gulf Coast Knapping does a lot of good knappings. Get all the types of pet wood at the butt end of the Grand Canyon. Petrified wood at the butt end of the Grand Canyon. Most is very fractured. Some pieces are perfect for knapping, some for cut and polish. True. Patrick, your ex is saying some crazy stuff. Yeah. Yep. Borderline crazy. That one is not crazy. What's being said on that one, supposedly my ex-wife. I know crazy. That one's not. At least not the one that's pretending, or not what's coming out in the comments anyway. The person who made the profile, yeah, it might be Looney Tunes. I must have been it must have been the nitrates. I was looking at all the negative health effects of sausage with nitrates. Yeah, I think it might be nitrates in the chorizo, but hmm, yeah, could be. Yep. I get this. Come to think of it, I get the same reaction if I eat too many hot dogs. This is titled. This is titled auction. Are we having one? If so, what time? It's going. It's in the video right now that's posted. The auction video on my channel. If you look back at my videos, just go to my channel and you'll see the latest videos. This is the latest one. The one just before this is the auction video. You look into the comments section and people are still bidding on items that I displayed in the video. You can bid on the items, and at 9 o'clock p.m. tonight, Eastern time, I'll announce the winners. It's happening right now, but it's not a live auction. This is the live stream. The auction, I just posted the video. People are commenting and posting their bids in the comment section, and I'll declare the winners at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay? All right. All right. I love putting smoked hawks in my beans. It just sounds funny, but I know what you mean. Yes. You are carbon-based life. Calcium is metal. You are carbon-based life. Calcium is a metal. Hmm. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. I love putting smoked hawks. Yeah. There's petrified wood, silicified wood, agatized wood, opalized wood, sedimentized wood, and they have all above the same price. And all of the above in the same piece, all of which have varying degrees of knappability. I see. The calcium deposits here, Mike, make huge caliche deposits harder than concrete. You missed reading my comment, bro. I was so ready to see your reaction. Where's the other AM comment? I didn't miss it. It's not anywhere near. I answered the one, what's the difference between antlers and other bones? I told you the bones are more bones are more brittle than antler. Yeah. You can use lamb chop bone. Yeah, if you have nothing else. Is that the one that I missed? Story in stone is what some guys swear by. DC Waldorf is a pretty famous napper, and he and his wife cataloged their collection and illustrated it with great detail, very thorough description. Yeah. DC Waldorf, I have one of his books. Uh, let's see. Do I have that one? Story in Stone? I might even actually have that one. I think I have one with a very colorful cover from DC Waldorf. There's just been so many updates since he wrote that book that his book is way out of date. The one that I have, it's just way out of date. I mean, there's so many other things that are known now about napping that his book is almost unusable. Not his fault, but it's the napping has advanced a lot since then. It could be the seasoning that been having such an effect on you. Yeah, could be the seasoning. There's a lot of paprika, but I don't have that much of a reaction to paprika. I don't know what is doing. I mean, what is doing it? But I got to stay away from most stuff that's not meat. Jim Cooper. In great detail with a very thorough description of each point type, age, and characteristics. Yeah. The thing is, some of those point types have been reorganized into other categories. I made a deer ham instead of nitrates. I used kosher salt. Poor ham didn't last the week. Poor ham didn't last a week. The cut was a deboned hindquarter. Nice. A deer ham with the hindquarters. I've heard that you had to take out the gland if you want good tasting meat in the hindquarters, right? There's a gland in there you got to take out. Let me know if I'm wrong. Guess what? I didn't break it, guys. Good. Killer Cork. Hello. About time you got here. No, it's the nitrate, not the seasoning. Hot dogs don't have anything but salt in them. I thought hot dogs had lots of nitrate, or maybe the ones that I bought. I'd rather have my meat expire 1 week and not hurt me than have it available for months. That's true. Yeah. Very good, Sal. Didn't break it. No, you missed it again. No, I didn't miss it because I didn't see it. I went back, unless it was before that. Just copy and paste, dude, and I'll be able to read it again. If you deer hunt, how many deer can you harvest where you live? Lucky whitetail hunters. Lucky. If you deer hunt, how many deer can you harvest where you live? Oh, that's a good question. I think I had tags for 6 deer, and I can't remember. I think there was one antler deer male, and then one antlerless deer male, and then 4 doe. Where I used to live in Texas, when last time I got a hunting license, I think there were 6 tags. That sounds like the art of flint knapping. Okay, that's probably the one I got. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't have the DC Waldorf book on the types, but I might have seen it though. I looked at all the old stuff, not all of it. There's a library where I used to live. There was a historical society that had library of all the books published about flint knapping and all the books published about lithic studies and anything with lots of illustrations, and DC Waldorf's books were in that library. And I'm pretty sure I went through most of the stuff dated before 1980 is out of date as far as the names of the point types and where they're categorized, uh, and that sort of thing. But the illustrations, yeah, they're still accurate. That's true. When you got started, the guy who taught me used it and eschewed the overstreet. Yeah. Some people don't like the overstreet. I can understand why. I just like it because everything's actual size and it tells you the materials a lot of times. I mean, it's not, and it does have color pictures of some of the artifacts, so you get to see the materials. Like in Waldorf's book, I think everything's black and white, so you don't get to see the types of materials. You don't get to see the side views in Waldorf's book. Nobody weighs anything, so you don't know how much these points weigh. All that stuff, they're getting better at recording that kind of data. The side views, the weight, and the dimensions of the across the neck, that sort of thing. You'll find the dimensions in some of the studies, but you got to dig. But you hardly ever find the weights. You'll find the weight of the aggregate, and they compare the finish points to how much debitage there is and stuff like that. But it's never really all that individual detail. It's not individually detailed, so it's not all that interesting. I'll be heading off, Patrick. All right. It was good to stop by. I'll send you that email mentioned. Yeah. Awesome. Moving the metatarsal gland in the hindquarter does help. That's it. Doe is unlimited harvest in Illinois for residents, $2 per season. Yeah, I didn't have unlimited doe. Yes, there's a gland in the hindquarters best to remove. I think that is part of what deer dander is made with. Bone doesn't cause meat to gray faster. It's the bone dust from the bandsaw. Antler diet is almost vegan diet. No animals was killed. Cool. I don't know why I didn't see that comment before. And yeah, you can eat antler. I mean, yeah, I'd eat it. Have you ever gone deep sea fishing? Let me think about that one. The reason why I have to think about that is because I think I've gone but didn't fish. It does, if that counts. So no, I haven't. Bone doesn't cause me to. Made it. Ed Gould made it. Hello, everybody. And we got 25 minutes left. You almost missed it, Ed. It is, and I agree. I very much prefer the Overstreet myself because it shows points by region and includes Western point styles, which, aside from Ishii, Waldorf never mentions much. I see. Yeah. And the date of the points, the current archaeological dates. Yeah, that's good with the Overstreet. The Overstreet gives you a little bit more data. I just wish they would show side views once in a while. I need to do some antler hunting. T-shirt weather, a few more days. T-shirt weather. If I had unlimited dough, I'd be rich. Oh yeah. I just got the Overstreet 14th edition for $35. People are trying to get like 200 for the 15th on eBay. Only place online I could find. They're nuts. Yeah, buy it from Barnes and Noble. Don't pay more than $35. If you would have bought it from, I think Danny Collins has them for sale for $28 or something on his site. But it's a 12th edition. Ice would be better than antler. For what? Ice would be better than antler. Mike Mason. See you later. Glad you made it, everyone. Yes. Too funny. The natives on multiple continents used to steal the glass electrical insulators to make arrowheads. Yeah. That story gets around a lot. It gets a lot of mileage. It's very difficult to make arrowheads from glass insulators, though. They used to make arrowheads out of bottles a lot more frequently than insulators. You would make an arrowhead out of glass insulators if you were very desperate. Yeah. So it wasn't done all that much. That story just gets a lot of mileage. Grandson was here sharing and drinking some old war stories. My wife collects those vintage thick glass insulators. They say the purple ones are the most expensive. The glass insulator ones. The glass insulator colors. Of the colors, the purple seems to be the most collectible. I found a lot of green and clear ones. I wasn't leaving. I was waving hi. Meant to say hi to Ed. Then put the hand and say, hi, Ed. Because people like me will misinterpret it wrongly. The modern Indians liked barrel hoops. The modern, well, yeah, after Europeans arrived, I don't know if they liked the barrel hoops. It was just thin. They didn't have to do much to it. Yep, wood saws got cut up. A lot of knives and arrowheads. Resourceful, yes. My daddy used to switch. What is this? Was to switch my ass. Okay. When he caught me breaking bottles to try and make points out of the bottom. You've been napping a long time, man, unless you're still very young. You could go anywhere in the world for, if you could go anywhere in the world for just a visit, where would you go and why? Just to visit? Anywhere in the world, just to visit. Don't talk to anybody. Don't eat any food. Don't get any ideas about buying property. Just going to visit. Let me see. I think just to visit, just helicopter me onto some of the high mountains anywhere. Just to visit, plop me down on this mountain so I can see. Awesome. Okay, next mountain, chopper me over to that one, drop me on that mountain. Wow. Okay, over there, go to that mountain. Because I don't have to buy I'm not looking up for property. I'm not going to buy any groceries or trinkets or souvenirs. I'm not going to shoot a video. I'm not going to eat the food. I'm not going to talk to nobody. That's what I would do. Okay. Yeah, I typed hi Ed in the emoji search bar. My bad. I didn't know there was an emoji search bar. Oh, you typed it in somewhere else. Willow tree switch, the old people knowledge. I see. I have some early editions of the Overstreet books, editions 4 and 6. Just try to sell them on eBay. Just have an auction. Maybe someone will buy it. He sold, I said switch, so I'm guessing he's not too young. No, they still use the word switch. The photos allow for you to have a better understanding of the composition of the materials used, such as coarseness, pattern, and luster, which can't be easily depicted in line drawings. Yeah. Yep, that's the advantage of photos in the Overstreet Guide. Ask for core. See, you guys are saying hi properly. You're mentioning the person's name that you want to say hi to. Oh yeah, since right after I found my first little Friley point, I started trying to break rocks. Okay, thank God for YouTube, or I would never have gotten any better at knapping. Yeah, YouTube is awesome, actually. My dad had me pick out the 2x4s we used to make a paddle. Not with a 2x4. Yikes. They are great books, but I'll have to get the most recent book. Why? Is it any better? Other than just snazzed up a little bit more with the color photos, maybe? Let's see. Is a source of clues. Oh, okay. I see. You run out of time when you comment, and then you have to continue later, which can be easy to pick the line drawings, and is a source of clues when you're looking for said materials. Yeah, okay. I started knapping at 15. I'm 35. That's still a long time. That's longer than I've been knapping. You've been knapping 20 years. I've been knapping 15. Not young. I'm 38. I'm early stage obsolete. No. 48 maybe, not 38. I'm going to buy a long, elongated piece of Michigan float copper to use as a bopper. It would look a little more ammo with all the green oxidation on it. I suppose. Yes, it will. Looks like Patrick let the monkeys out. Yeah. No, for some reason they're flying around and they get attracted when they put the live stream on. They're like incipients, When I'm napping, I'll start napping and the incipients are flying around. And whenever I make a mistake, if you watch my videos, you know what I'm talking about. I'm a little over 70 from Sturgis. Yeah, Ed. I will learn to human properly one day. Yeah. Won't we all? I can't. I try to look without my glasses at my phone. It doesn't work. It used to work. I'm getting My eyes are getting out of whack reading the comments. What are you napping next? I'm guessing you had enough of obsidian for a while. Almost had enough of obsidian. You can tell because I'm getting rid of some boxes of obsidian, right? But no, I'm still going to do quite a bit. I still got quite a bit of obsidian to do because I haven't reached my goal of doing the parallel flaking on obsidian. And the what I call regular flaking, which is sequential and parallel flaking, I want to be able to do that without thinking about it too much. So I still have lots of obsidian to go. My trouble is due to my autism. I don't travel real well because it causes me a lot of anxiety. So it can be difficult to get material for larger blades. Oh, I see. Yep, that can be an issue. Like, I get it entirely. One of my sons is just like that. Who was your favorite cat that you owned, and what was their name? My favorite cat. I had a cat named Peanut. I had brothers, Peanut and Monkey. Those were my two favorite. Uh, yeah, they were just goofy. Okay, I didn't know what to call them. We got them as strays, and they came around and they were just goofy. They might have had brain damage. I don't know. But anyway, I called one Peanut and one Monkey. Those were my favorite. Peanut would never stay on the ground. He was always up on top of something. No, Monkey was always on top of something. Peanut was always on the ground. But Monkey was a black cat, and Peanut was a tabby, orange tabby. Anyway, Monkey would be always up on something. He would never be on the ground. He'd be in the house. He would always be jumping on top of stuff. And Peanut was very laid back. But they were brothers from the same litter. They both got run over, though. We couldn't keep them inside the house. Let's see. Well, what's your favorite stuff to nap? My favorite stuff to nap is the buttery obsidian, what I call buttery obsidian, as far as obsidian goes. As far as chert, it's going to be hornstone and heat treats. Anything heat treated that's high grade, I like. Anything raw that's high grade is like my second favorite. Heat treats and hornstone for anything other than obsidian. And with obsidian, it's the buttery stuff. My older overstreet books are half the size of the new ones. Sizes may be accurate. Oh, well, that's true, but they're snazzing it up with more artifact pictures, and some of it is not napped artifacts. Like they'll show banner stones and pipes and and gorgets and other stuff that's not napped, and it increases the size of the book, but it doesn't have anything to do with napping. Patrick needs more carrots. Oh yeah, for my eyes. You do know that. Let's see. It's very difficult to absorb carotene from most sources, especially from supplements. And I think you'll need to take something else with carrots in order to get the full benefit. Get the full benefit from the carotene. By itself, it's not easily absorbed. Inaccurate sizes in the older books. How do you know they're inaccurate sizes in the older books? Did you compare them to the newer books? Because if there are different sizes between the two books, maybe the newer books are not accurate. Perfect name for cats. Yeah. I'm glad you think so. It's cool you've decided to do these live streams. I still use the old school indirect tools like you used to use. Your style made it easier for me to give it a shot. So thank you, sir. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm very glad. Yeah, the 14th Overstreet is thick. Yeah. Just, but let me know if you have it. Let me know why it's thick. What did they add to it? Did they add a lot of snaz in the beginning? A lot of flash, like the first 40 pages? Is it all just, you know, they added some history. They added Gurzian knives. They added stuff that is kind of like museum stuff to the front. Is it that kind of stuff? Or is it actual more points and more pictures of the points in each description? Is parallel flaking just more symmetrical, like making a ground even continuous platform and flaking almost like a fog or flake over grind point? Yeah, the parallel flaking is almost like the flake over grind points. Yeah. The only reason why it's not the same is because you're starting with something that's not perfect. With the artifacts, they didn't grind them down before they flaked them. They had to carefully flake them smooth and then shoot the long flakes. Or they would just, from the very beginning of forming the biface, start shooting long flakes and just pass after pass after pass of all of these long flakes until they finally got it very narrow. Why they would make it so narrow? Probably so they could shoot the flake all the way over and make it even more smooth. Their goal, I think, was just to make the surface smooth, or they had OCD. Yeah. So parallel flaking is like flake over grind. Yes. Let's see. Golly, I don't like it when the chat just goes. I gotta go back and see where I left off. You do lots more work on obsidian and dacite than I have the nerve for. You're much better at not cutting your hands to oblivion. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I try not to cut my hands, although sometimes I cut myself a lot. Hey, Seven, we are going to miss the auction. Well, you have until 9 p.m. Eastern to bid, which is 8 Central, 7 Mountain, or 6 Pacific. That's when the auction is over. 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific. That's when the auction ends, and then I announce the winners. You still have time. You still have an hour and 9 minutes. I had a tailless Manx cat that would fetch toys just like a dog. Dang. I've never seen that. Obsidian is my fave. All other stuff here in Northwest Arizona is hard on the hands. Yeah. Patrick, have you tried any Hopkinsville? Yes, I have. I think I said Hopkinton, but I meant Hopkinsville. I've only tried a little hornstone and just got some Hopkinsville. Very similar, but I'm amazed how much more I like the Hopkinsville. Yeah, well, hornstone and Hopkinsville both come in different grades. As long as you're working the high grade stuff, you should like it. Yeah. If you're liking it, you're probably napping the high grade stuff. Okay. But it comes in different grades. Some of it's terrible as far as ease of producing a long flake. Now, you can get short flakes on just about anything, but you can only get easy long flakes on the good stuff. If I and easy is in quotation marks. Nothing's easy in flint napping, but relatively easily is something that only happens with high grade material. Some might say, "Well, it depends on your skill. You can get long flakes on crappy stuff." Yeah, let me see, do it, and I'll agree with you if you can do it. If I did a shot for every time you say yeah in your vids, I'd be drunk for a week. Yep, I started saying that, like you now. Yeah, could be true. Real expensive knapping. Opal. Yeah. Well, common opal is cheap. It's not that expensive. I got some common opal from a friend of mine. And it wasn't, I hope it wasn't expensive. He just gave it to me. Real expensive. Okay. I wiped out a tang knife from Johnstone this week. I whipped out a tang knife. All righty. Midbar, a lot of the agate and jasper heat treats well at fairly low temps. I just bury some in the ashes of my wood stove and then, okay. And then have my fire on top and it cools by the next day. The carrots legend came from the British military being accurate shots and mostly eating carrots. I think that was World War II. They joked they had good eyesight because they all them carrots. Yeah. Will do, Patrick. My 14th edition is signed by one of the editors. Really? Dang it. How'd you manage that? Are you going to these book club signings? 14th and 15th editions are the same or very similar in size and content. Okay. Color pages amount are the same and book size the same. We'll have to try that, Jim. Can gather lots of jasper and agate easy enough. Even ancient coral. Nice. Golly, I can't. I'm way behind. I've read some studies that diamond cross section in many of those parallel flake styles is actually stronger than a flatter point style. Yeah, from an engineering standpoint, it depends. Okay, a diamond cross section has a point on the ridge. A pointed ridge is a focal point for stress, which makes it weaker than a lenticular shape. From an engineering standpoint, that pointed ridge or that pointed median ridge is weaker when you try to snap it than a rounded surface. The thickness of the point, or let's say you cut the point perfectly and you measure the area of the cross section, the more area you have, the stronger the point. But the shape of the surface determines how easy it is for the plate or the break to get started. So it gets started easier on a diamond cross section. So I would tend to disagree with the diamond cross section being stronger. The parallel flaking is not necessarily stronger than just a wide, smooth flake. A bold, wide, smooth flake is actually probably stronger because it has less concentration points on it. Yeah. I've looked around for hornstone, but it must be hard to find. Is that accurate? Yeah. It's hard to find it unless you stumble upon an outcrop, and then there's tons of it. It's either you've got tons or there isn't any anywhere. That's what I've heard. I've seen guys that say, "Yeah, there's so much hornstone on my father-in-law's property that it would take me 5 lifetimes to load up my truck and sell it all." I'm saying, really? And they come back, yeah. The only bad thing is when we get a frost, a lot of it cracks. Yeah. So it's not high grade stuff in many cases. To find the high grade stuff seems to be difficult as far as hornstone goes. I've read some studies that diamond. Okay. Just remember, you can prove anything you want in a study. Studies, you can make them sound any way you want. So all studies have to be taken with a grain of salt, even or maybe even especially the peer-reviewed studies. Yeah, unfortunately. I've looked around for hornstone. Okay. I remember you saying that a while back about hornstone. Both were sold to me as high grade. Guess the hornstone was just a little less, more middle high grade, I guess. A perfect heat treat on some bull gravel or citronelle is my favorite to nap by a long stretch. Awesome. Yep. Yeah. Some of that bull gravel heat treats very, very well. Jim Cooper. Patrick, do you use your Facebook Messenger at all? I see you on occasionally, but I'm never sure if you're actually there. I'm on there for about 5 minutes and I leave. I check it because there's always somebody trying to message me on Facebook or on Messenger. They'll either post on my page or they'll send me a message through Messenger. And there's Facebook Messenger and there's Instagram Messenger. And I think they're the same. I get messages on both, I suppose. But sometimes I'll get confused and I'll stay on Instagram. I'll see a notification for Facebook Messenger and I'll go, oh, I need to check my Instagram, but the message won't be there. But I'll get distracted. So trying to catch me on one of the messenger sites is difficult. And if you do manage to see the green light that I'm on Messenger or on Instagram, and you text me or you try to message me, and if I see it, I'll go, dang it, a stalker. And I won't respond right away because then we'll get caught up. Because usually when I'm online, I'm looking for something, and I get distracted here and there, and I say, I gotta stop getting distracted. And then I start looking again. What am I looking for? I'm looking for photos mainly of Native American stuff and the latest updates on artifacts. So if you message me, you see me on there, you're going to distract me from looking at artifacts. Any St. Louis church seems to come around and leave quickly. Which is Hornstone and which is Hopkinsville? Hopkinsville is from the town or the county of Hopkinsville, but it's pretty much the same. Hopkinsville is just local to either the county or the town of Hopkinsville. And I think it's Kentucky. Hopkinsville, Kentucky, or Tennessee. I can't remember. St. Genevieve. Not street. Oh, okay. Any St. Louis church seems to come around and leave. Okay. Not St. Louis. Any street Louis church. I don't know. I'm getting lost there. Common opal is cheap because it will turn to gravel unless it's very high grade and dug by hand and not kept someplace to dry. I see. Did the middle finger flip off really originated from the archers who still had their middle finger? Well, they say the story is that if you were an archer and you were captured in battle or captured after a battle or whatever, they would remove one or both of your fingers that you used to draw the bow. So if you giving the middle finger is the sign that you are still able to shoot a weapon. That's a nice story, but I don't think that's true. I think it's just a story. It's lore, as they call it, right? Yeah. And those signs change over time, so it probably meant something a little different when it first started. Usually when you're a prisoner of war, they would ransom you if you were valuable enough. And they wouldn't cut off your fingers because there'd be a chance where you can get captured again and they can ransom you again. You can't get ransomed again if you can't participate in the war. Can't be captured again. Let's see. Middle finger has been associated with sexual or phallic stuff and has been since Roman and Greek times. I see. Yeah, that makes more sense. eBay, I think he's selling them himself. Sam W. Cox. The British kept their new improved radar a secret. They just said they shot better because of eating carrots. I see. Sign off. Talk, you guys. Yeah. Actually, I missed my deadline. Yep, I'm gonna end the stream here in a minute. See you later. See you later. Let's see, Kyle. Would you rather have more money and deal with that, or would you rather have more time? Well, if you have more time without more money, it's not worth much. If you have more money without more time, it's not worth much. You got to have both. How do you feel about napping Koshikon black or gray from Ohio? I never seem to see much of it worked. Koshikon black. I've napped it a couple times. The reason why you don't see much of it worked is because it is kind of a pain in the butt to nap. I too am out. Best of each of you. All right, Mike. We'll see you. I need a pad, Mike. Yeah, talk to Ed Gould. If you ever make it to the Northwest, I could recommend some great museums that have this amazing. Awesome. That'd be good. Just send me an email, Jim, if you haven't already. You probably have already. I heard the reason it's hard to find high-grade hornstone is because most of what little of it that even existed was mined, gathered up by the old guys. Maybe. Is it true that geologists found rocks and when it came time to name it, they just named it after the nearest town? Yeah. Later. Okay, see you later, everybody. My email address is in my channel description. Also, Danny Collins has them all. Okay. Yeah, but Ed might not be able to find the Danny Collins website. Yeah. Just remember, sometimes people can't find, if it requires computer navigation, they can't find stuff at all. Just remember that. I had to learn that the hard way. Okay. All right. I'm going to end the stream. Good night, guys. Thank you for participating. We'll see you. The next live stream is Wednesday at 2 p.m. Yeah. So good luck with the auction, too. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.